This morning, did you add a spoonful of what you thought was a healthy sweetener to your coffee? Did you grab a low-sugar protein shake or an all-natural fruit juice for breakfast? If you did, listen closely, because you have just consumed a dose of sugar that spikes your blood glucose faster and higher than a candy bar. You are about to discover the 5 biggest hidden threats to your blood sugar. And they are not the obvious candies or sodas. They are the so-called health halo sugars that are quietly being marketed to you every single day. I know the fear. You are doing everything right to protect your health. You are mindful about your diet, but you still worry about the silent threat of chronic disease, the fear of diabetes, of heart complications, and the deep-seated worry of becoming a burden to your family. This fear is real, and it is validated by science. Did you know that research shows over 35% of Americans aged 50 and over are pre-diabetic? And a vast majority of them do not even know it. This is not about guilt, it is about empowerment. It is about giving you the knowledge to take control of your health so you can secure the independent, worry-free retirement you deserve. I am here to tell you that this silent war on your independence ends today. By the end of this video, you will have the knowledge to avoid these dangerous sugar traps immediately. You will learn the specific ingredients to look for on labels. And most importantly, I will give you simple, effective, healthy swaps for each item. Let us start with number 1. The 5 hidden dangers. Number 1. Maltodextrin. If you are trying to eat healthy, you are likely using protein powders, meal replacement shakes, or packaged diet snacks. But have you ever looked closely at the ingredient list of those products? Deep down in that fine print, you will often find our first hidden enemy, maltodextrin. Maltodextrin is arguably the most dangerous hidden sugar of all. Why? Because it is a synthetic sugar that is used as a cheap filler. It is typically derived from starchy foods like corn, potato, or wheat. And despite being technically classified as a complex carbohydrate, its effect on your blood sugar is catastrophic. Research shows maltodextrin has a glycemic index that can spike as high as 136. Let us put that into perspective. Pure table sugar has a GI of around 65. Even pure glucose has a GI of 100. Maltodextrin is literally absorbed into your bloodstream faster than pure glucose. This rapid absorption is especially problematic for the aging metabolism. It triggers a massive, immediate insulin spike that tells your body one thing: store fat now. It sabotages every single effort you make to control your weight or manage your blood sugar. It is the silent assassin hiding in your healthy routine. The true swap. The solution is not to stop eating protein. The solution is simple. Learn to read the label like a pro. Avoid any packaged foods that list maltodextrin or any form of dextrin high up in the ingredients list. This includes many powdered drink mixes and sugar-free products. Switch to protein powders that are simply whey isolate or plant-based proteins without added fillers. Your independence depends on this kind of knowledge. Number 2. High Fructose Corn Syrup, HFCS. You probably already know that soda and cheap candies are loaded with high fructose corn syrup. But the hidden danger of HFCS is its versatility. It is lurking in places you would never suspect. It is in your packaged tomato sauce, your salad dressings, your condiments, and even your whole grain breakfast cereal. HFCS is known as the double shock sugar. It is an artificial combination of glucose and fructose. The glucose component immediately slams your bloodstream, spiking your blood sugar. But the fructose component delivers a powerful 1-2 punch that few talk about. Fructose is processed almost entirely by your liver. Your liver is not equipped to handle the high concentration of fructose from HFCS. It essentially forces your liver to convert that sugar straight into fat. This leads to dangerous visceral fat, the kind of deep fat that wraps around your abdominal organs. It is a primary driver of insulin resistance, which we know is the direct pathway to type 2 diabetes and metabolic syndrome. HFCS can contain up to 90% fructose, making it a powerful, silent driver of chronic disease. This extreme sweetness is why it is so addictive, constantly driving you to consume more without feeling satisfied. The true swap. The best way to avoid this double shock is to simply refuse to buy products with this ingredient. Look for a simple warning sign. The phrase high fructose corn syrup is often listed in plain sight. Be disciplined about this. Choose simple sauces and condiments that rely on natural spices, not cheap industrial sweeteners. This is non-negotiable for anyone over 55 who wants to maintain their health autonomy. Number 3. Agave Nectar. This is the myth buster. Agave nectar is the darling of the natural and healthy world. It comes from a plant, so it must be good for you, right? Wrong. Agave is one of the most brilliant marketing traps in the entire health industry. Many people use it because it has a lower glycemic index than table sugar. And that is true. But that low GI score is a giant trap. It is only low because agave nectar contains extremely high levels of fructose, often up to 90%. Remember what we said about fructose? It bypasses the normal insulin pathways and goes straight to your liver. A Harvard health study confirms this dangerous pathway. For the aging liver, constantly being bombarded with high amounts of fructose is like running a factory at maximum capacity 24/7. Over time, this constant dumping of fructose into your liver is what creates insulin resistance and pushes you toward weight gain, inflammation, and dangerous liver fat accumulation. You trade a short-term blood sugar spike for a long-term systemic metabolic disaster. You are swapping an immediate worry for a chronic, devastating condition that slowly erodes your independence. This trap is particularly effective because it preys on your desire for natural, healthy options. The true swap. If you must have a sweetener that has zero impact on your blood sugar, there are two superior alternatives. Look for high-purity stevia or monk fruit extract. These are natural, non-caloric, and most importantly, they do not trigger that dangerous insulin or liver response. Use them in very small amounts to retrain your palate away from the addiction to excessive sweetness. This simple pantry clean-out can be a massive step toward long-term health control. Number 4. Fruit juice concentrate. Many of you believe that pouring a glass of juice from concentrate is a quick way to get your vitamins. You see the word fruit and assume it is part of a balanced diet. But when a fruit is processed into a concentrate, a vital component is completely removed. That vital component is fiber. And without fiber, your body processes the fruit's natural sugars just as fast as it processes soda. This is a critical insight for seniors. The physical form of the sugar matters more than its origin. Fiber acts like a safety net and a shock absorber for your entire system. It physically slows down the rate at which sugar molecules enter your bloodstream. When you drink concentrated sugar in a liquid form, there is no fiber to slow down the absorption. It rushes straight through your digestive system and creates a sudden massive surge in your blood glucose levels. It is the perfect storm for a blood sugar spike, followed by a sudden crash that leaves you feeling tired and sluggish. Not only that, but most concentrates are pasteurized at high heat, which destroys many of the beneficial vitamins you thought you were getting. So, you get all of the sugar rush with none of the health benefits. It is simply not a healthy beverage choice. The true swap. The solution is not to avoid fruit. The solution is to respect the whole fruit. I encourage you to always eat the whole fruit, the apple, the berries, the orange slices. The fiber is built right into the structure of the fruit, acting as a natural brake that slows down the absorption of sugar. Think of it this way. Your body prefers to digest the fiber first. If you desire a liquid form, opt for making a smoothie where you keep all of the pulp, or simply drink water infused with natural lemon or cucumber slices. This small choice dramatically protects your blood sugar stability. Number 5. Refined sugar, sucrose. You might be thinking, well, I know about table sugar, but I want you to look at refined sugar not just as an enemy, but as the final push on a day filled with hidden traps. The danger of sucrose is its overwhelming presence in everything you eat and drink. It is literally everywhere, from your baked goods to your breakfast cereals. Sucrose is 50% glucose and 50% fructose. The glucose half is the primary driver of that immediate blood sugar spike. It floods your system with energy your cells cannot immediately use. But the sheer, overwhelming daily volume of this sugar is the reason our population is struggling so much with metabolic health. It is not just 1 teaspoon in your coffee. It is a cumulative effect throughout the day from processed foods, baked goods, and sauces. This constant, low-grade assault on your pancreas and insulin response adds up to a metabolic disaster over the years. It is the sugar you are adding yourself that often pushes your body past its breaking point. The true swap. I am not telling you to never enjoy something sweet again. That would be unrealistic. But I encourage you to exercise disciplined portion control. And when you do want that bit of sweetness, opt for coconut sugar. Research has shown that coconut sugar has a significantly lower glycemic index, typically ranging from 35 to 54, compared to the GI 65 of table sugar. Why is it lower? Because it contains a small amount of a fiber called inulin, which naturally slows down the rate at which the sugar enters your bloodstream. It is a simple, traditional swap that provides a gentle, more sustained energy release, making it safer for the aging body. The metabolic damage. What happens after the spike? Let us take a moment to connect these 5 items to your long-term independence. When maltodextrin, HFCS, agave, and concentrated juice rush into your system, your pancreas floods your body with insulin to deal with the emergency. If this happens multiple times a day, every day for years, your cells eventually stop listening to the insulin signal. This is insulin resistance. Insulin resistance is the single biggest threat to your independence. It is the precursor to type 2 diabetes. It causes chronic inflammation that damages your heart and arteries, and it fuels the growth of harmful visceral fat. By eliminating these hidden 5 sugars, you are not just managing your weight. You are sending a clear signal to your cells that you are taking control back. You are protecting your memory, your energy, and your physical ability to enjoy a life free from constant medical interventions. Actionable swap summary. Now that you know the hidden enemies, I want to leave you with 5 immediate action steps. These steps will give you the power to defend your independence right now. First, ban maltodextrin from your pantry. If you see any form of dextrin on a label, put the product back on the shelf immediately. Second, commit to reading every label before you buy any packaged sauce or condiment. HFCS is a red flag you must look out for and must be avoided at all costs. Third, replace that agave nectar, which is full of fructose, with a tiny amount of stevia or monk fruit. Fourth, stop drinking fruit juice concentrate. Enjoy the whole fruit, or make your own smoothies with the fiber still intact. Fifth, use coconut sugar as your only sweetener for special occasions, maintaining strict portion control. These are not grand life changes. These are small, sustainable actions that give you massive returns in long-term health and, most importantly, control. True independence in your senior years is not defined by the size of your bank account. It is defined by the strength of your health. It is the ability to wake up every morning and know that you are completely self-reliant. It is the peace of mind knowing that you are not a burden, but a blessing to your children. You deserve a long life of vitality, free from the worry of sudden health complications. The power to control your blood sugar is literally in your hands every time you open your pantry. Do not let clever marketing undermine your commitment to a healthy, independent future. This fight for your health is the most important financial and emotional investment you can make in your retirement. This is a lot of information to process, especially about ingredients we thought were healthy. But I want to know this. Which one of these 5 hidden sugars completely surprised you the most today? What is the single most common mistake you realize you have been making on your health journey? Share your story in the comments below, and let us build a community of knowledge and support right here. Your experience might be the exact insight someone else needs to hear. If today taught you the hidden danger of sugars, You must now understand the hidden dangers of carbohydrates. Your very next step is to discover the secrets in one of the most common foods you eat. Make sure you subscribe and click the bell notification, because my next video reveals the shocking truth. The 3 worst breads that spike your blood sugar faster than soda. I will see you in the next video, where we continue this journey toward self-reliance. This content is for informational purposes only. It is not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always seek the advice of your physician or qualified health provider with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition or before making any dietary changes.